Welcome to Lesson 1.6, Emergency Preparedness. If you carry a firearm to protect yourself and your family, that mindset shouldn't stop there. Real preparedness means being ready for more than just a threat encounter. It means having a plan for any emergency before it happens. In this lesson, we're going to build a practical foundation together. Here's the hard truth. Emergencies don't give you a warning. A natural disaster, a sudden power outage, a medical event, whatever it is, the decisions made in those first few minutes are what matter most. And those decisions are dramatically better when you've already made them in advance. Research shows that households with a written emergency plan respond faster and with significantly less panic. Speed, safety, confidence, those all come from preparation, not luck. A family emergency plan isn't complicated, but it has to be done before things go sideways. Start by designating 2 meeting points, one close to home and a secondary location farther away in case your neighborhood is inaccessible. Assign specific roles to each family member so nobody is standing around wondering what to do. Include your kids and elderly household members with clear, simple instructions they can actually remember. And run through the plan at least twice a year, because a plan nobody has practiced is just paper. Do not rely on your phone's memory alone. When your battery is dead or your device is lost, that contact list disappears with it. Maintain a written and digital emergency contact list that every member of your household can get to. Local police non-emergency line, fire and EMS, your doctor, trusted neighbors, utility providers, and, this one's important, an out-of-state family contact. In a regional disaster, out-of-state calls often go through when local lines are jammed. Keep a laminated copy in your go bag and one posted inside a kitchen cabinet. When a major emergency hits, cell towers get overwhelmed fast. Your normal communication methods may fail right when you need them most, so you need to build backups in now, not after the fact. Text messages are your first fallback when voice calls won't connect. They use less bandwidth and often get through when calls can't. After that, a battery-powered or hand-crank radio keeps you informed. And if all else fails, fall back on a prearranged meeting point. Designate an out-of-state contact as your household's central communication hub. Everyone checks in through that one person. A first aid kit sitting in a cabinet nobody can find is worthless. Every person in your household needs to know where it is and how to use what's inside: bandages, gauze, antiseptic, gloves, a CPR mask, and any essential prescription medications. Review and restock every 6 months. Beyond the kit, I strongly encourage you to get trained. CPR and AED certification through the American Red Cross is a great starting point. If you carry a firearm, also look into Stop the Bleed training. Learning tourniquet application and wound packing could mean the difference between life and death in a trauma situation. This slide is your honest self-assessment. Go through it and check off what you actually have in place, not what you intend to have. On the supplies side, a 72-hour water supply at 1 gallon per person per day, 3 days of non-perishable food, flashlights with extra batteries, a hand crank or battery radio, a stocked first aid kit, and cash in small bills. On the planning side, a written emergency plan, a printed contact list, designated meeting locations, copies of important documents in a waterproof bag, a mapped evacuation route, and a plan for your pets. Every gap you find right now is a problem you've just solved before it became real. I want you to stop and answer one question honestly. What is one specific preparedness step you could realistically complete this week? And what's been stopping you? Maybe it's updating your contact list, restocking your first aid kit, or simply sitting down with your family to talk about where everyone meets if something goes wrong. It doesn't have to be a big project. One completed action this week builds momentum for everything else. Small steps taken now create real advantages when it matters most. Let's close out Lesson 1.6. Preparedness isn't about living in fear. It's about confidence, clarity, and taking care of the people who depend on you. Build your kit: water, food, first aid supplies, light and backup communication tools. Make your plan, meeting points, assigned roles, and make sure everyone in the household knows it. Keep your contact list current and identify that out-of-state communication hub. And review and update everything at least twice a year. Up next is Lesson 1.7, where we continue building this foundation for responsible firearm ownership and household safety.